Hi there BookTube, it's Eleanor here, and today I am doing my first of three Christmas December book hauls. So between 23rd of December and the 31st of December, I picked up quite a few books from vouchers, gift vouchers, and a bit of panic buying before Shelf Slam 17, if I'm honest. So today I'm going to be showing you the first lot of books. There's going to be 3 videos because there's quite a lot of books, and then the book hauls will be slowing down for Shelf Slam 2017. So anyway, let's get into the books. Today's haul is going to be books that are a little bit different, or ones that I was gifted, or ones that came from publishers for review, or from subscription boxes and things like that. The first one I treated myself to because I really wanted it, and that is Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, a pop-up adaptation of Lewis Carroll's original tale by Robert Sabuda. I love the look of this, and it is beautiful inside. It is a pop-up, but not just a pop-up, it also opens up with the story and various different things all the way through, and I just think it is beautifully designed, and I can't wait to read it myself, and then also to read it to Matilda further on down the line. I'm actually taking Matilda to see a children's production of this later in the year, near Easter time, with her little friend, and she has watched the Disney Alice in Wonderland already and loves it, so I think this is really an exciting way to share it together, so I'm really looking forward to that. Next is a book that I was desperate to get to, and I was very kindly sent by the publisher, and that is The Fireman by Joe Hill. Me and Joe Hill have an interesting relationship. I've not loved his books so far. I've not hated them, but I've just not loved them. I've not connected with one yet. But this one just sounded a bit more interesting. And I've also got Mr. Mercedes, which I think sounds a bit more up my street than some of his other ones. I've read Nosferatu, which was too scary for me. Although, you know, I thought it was quite good. And I've read Horns, which I wasn't quite so enamoured with, but this just sounds really interesting. From what I can gather, it's about this disease called dragon scale, which is affecting people, and the spores or whatever it is in it cause people to eventually spontaneously combust. So once you catch this, you end up spontaneously combusting, and we're following a woman who, her and her partner or her husband or boyfriend have decided that if they ever get it, the other one would kill the other one. She gets it, but she finds out she's pregnant, and so she goes on the run, and there's this guy called the Fireman, which is trying to help people, I think. It just sounds really good. It's a bit of a chunker, but I'm really looking forward to seeing what I think of it. Next up, I picked a book up on the recommendation of Caitlin from Kitty G, and that is The Secret Loves of Geek Girls, edited by Hope Nicholson and forward by Kelly Sue DeConnick. This is an anthology of stories and prose, comics, illustrated stories from a lot of really interesting authors: Margaret Atwood, Marjorie Liu, Mariko Tamaki, Marguerite Bennett, and loads more. There is, if you didn't know, Mariko Tamaki is This One Summer, Trina Robbins, who wrote Wonder Woman, Marjorie Liu, who wrote Monstrous, Sam Maggs, The Fangirl's Guide to the Galaxy, just loads, and it just looks really interesting. There's prose and text and comic, and I just think this looks like a really great anthology, and I know Caitlin really enjoyed it, so I'm looking forward to trying it out myself. From my subscription box to the Willoughby Book Club, which has finished now, and I haven't renewed for this year because I just don't need any more books coming in. I got Our Tragic Universe by Scarlett Thomas. I don't know anything about this. It says, if Kelsey Newman's theory about the end of time is true, we are all going to live forever. For Meg, locked in a hopeless relationship and with a deadline long gone for a book that she can't write, this thought fills her with dread. Meg is lost in a labyrinth of her own devising, but could there be an important connection between a wild beast living on Dartmoor, a ship in a bottle, a science of time, a knitting pattern for the shape of the universe, and the Cottingley fairies? Or is her life just just one long chain of coincidences. Smart, entrancing and buzzing with big ideas, Our Tragic Universe is a book about how relationships are created and destroyed and how a story might just save your life. So sounds good. And Pullman has said, Philip Pullman, a delight, not least for the quality of Scarlett Thomas's writing, full of life and energy. So I love Philip Pullman's books, so hopefully this will be a good one because it's very pretty. So if you saw my books to read in pairs tag that I did last year, I looked at some classics and more modern retellings, and one of the ones I mentioned was one that I wanted to read this year, and that is The Flight of Gemma Hardy by Margot Livesley. This is a retelling of Jane Eyre. It sounds really interesting. It's about a girl. She's taken from her native Iceland to Scotland in the early 50s when her father drowns at sea, and she comes to live with her uncle and his family, but when he dies, the resentful aunt sends her off and sends her to this private school where she then becomes an au pair on the Orkney Islands. So it just sounds really good. It's got all the elements that I really love, and I love Jane Eyre and the story, so I'm really looking forward to picking this one up this year. Next up, this one has probably saturated the screens of BookTube, but that is The Year of Living Danishly, Uncovering the Secrets of the World's Happiest Country by Helen Russell. This is non-fiction about Helen Russell's time living in Denmark, and just giving you an idea of what it was like. So I look forward to trying this. Everyone seems to love it. And then finally, a book that I was super excited to get as a review copy, and that is Laini Taylor's Strange the Dream. I loved Laini Taylor's Daughter of Smoke and Bone trilogy, and I can't wait to step into another one of her books. This is out in March of 2017, and I just can't wait. It sounds amazing. The little blurb in here says, "The dream chooses the dreamer and not the other way round. And Laszlo Strange, war orphan and junior librarian, has always feared that his dream chose poorly in choosing him. Since he was 5 years old, he's been obsessed with the mythic lost city of Weep, but it would take someone bolder than he to cross half the world in search of it. Then a stunning opportunity presents itself and he has to seize his chance or lose his dream forever." So I'm really excited to see what I think of this. So that's the first lot of books that I have been gifted or picked up or received from publishers recently. Let me know if you've read any of these and enjoyed them, and yeah, which ones you would be excited to hear more about. And we'll chat in the comments. Bye for now, BookTube.